Hey, apparently Jordan Peterson is going to publish like another 12 more rules to live by or whatever in his infinite wisdom of stuff of clean up your room and focus entirely upon yourself and suck people dry and all that sort of thing. Um, and So there's that. And then there's that Penguin Random House is going to publish it, but some of the employees of Penguin Random House are somehow shocked that they're in a business where they basically publish any old crap that will make money, which is sort of what publishers do. They publish any old crap that'll make money, and sometimes some of that crap is you know great literature. Sometimes it's like good story. Sometimes it's complete dreck that people will buy. And, uh, they've tapped into a market of, of young dudes who aren't really known for being, the biggest, heaviest readers, but this is the Church of Jordan Peterson. It'll be interesting to see if that actually his 15 minutes is continuing or not. He's definitely had some setbacks, I think an opiate addiction, and some what seemed like kind of some odd kind of just sort of mental things happening with him, rehab, all that sort of stuff. It's like it's one of these things where you're like, it's always a question of who has the authority, who people will take advice from. It's like, is this someone you'll still is this somebody who that people would still take advice from as to how they'll live their lives? I mean, it's always an interesting thing of an authority, of like, setting yourself up as an authority. It's like, well, when inevitably the cracks show and you are shown as all too human, or will have you set yourself up as somebody who's so kind of august and authoritarian that um, that being shown as flawed human being will undermine that. Um, you know, will your followers, having been schooled on a rather selfish kind of philosophy, kind of just cast you aside and look for the next great man to boost up all their your kind of fragile male ego kind of stuff like that? I'm not quite sure. Though it's just interesting. Apparently, the followers are making fun of the people at the Random House, who were some of the people were very passionate and apparently cried when they were talking about it, and we're making terrible fun of them. Though there's plenty of video of Jordan Peterson kind of breaking down and crying, maybe showing a bit of a human side, which his followers are now scorning in what they see as the kind of the weak liberals. Though their guru himself shows the same kind of traits, which is odd. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm very much feel I am outside of any Jordan Peterson bubble. I'm obviously too old to be a young dude looking for guidance. I'm an old dude who's, fairly confused, but always fairly kind of look at things with a jaundiced eye, as like, people will give you advice, and some advice will be good, some advice won't be good, some advice will work for you, some advice will work for you, but you know hopefully you try not to just completely completely send all your money to some dude because you think that they're the one that's going to give you all the answers to life, because that ain't going to happen. Yeah, yeah. So no, that was just a little thing I wanted to natter about. Just bemused because Jordan Peterson, Canadian, so he's sort of our fault, and yeah, we can apologize for that. It's odd. a lot of kind of alt-right stuff has come out of Canada. A certain kind of frustrated Canadian male psyche resonates, maybe ultra-white, in the United States, where we make it they make it big and suddenly become known, because if they're just known in Canada, then they're basically just unknown. All right, that's all I have to say about that matter. That's which is very little, just bemusement, I guess, bemusement on all sides of people trying to stop books from being published, and it's like somebody's going to publish that book, and I guess you'll see if there's still a market for it, they'll sell a shit ton of it, and if there isn't a market for it, well, hooray. It'll just go away, because a lot of these books will just be, super zeitgeist one year, and then remainder bin the next, and that remainder bin will be waiting for Jordan Peterson, most definitely. This is not stuff that is evergreen for throughout the ages. That is certain.